We did it! Awesome! Complete the campaign. All done. Alright. Well, first things first, the bottom center of the screen says that we've beaten 107 games in 2023. And 429 since we started doing this in 2020. Those numbers are no longer correct. We've now beaten 108 games in 2023 and 430 since we started doing this in 2020. All right, so let's see. Here's the thing. These ever since 2019 Modern Warfare reboot, that game and every game since, even the ones that take place in the past like Vanguard and Black Ops Cold War, they're all pretty much the same for the most part. They are all incredibly realistic, incredibly immersive, incredibly tight, and satisfying shooters. All of them, especially when played on veteran or realism or whatever, what have you. And so I love them all about the same, is what I'm realizing. I mean, so there's the realism, the immersiveness, it is the gold standard of combat. There's no shooter with better combat than Call of Duty, period. So Call of Duty's combat is the gold standards. There's nothing better. So of all of the things that are good about this game, the combat is number one. You say whatever you want to about Call of Duty's campaigns being whatever, fill in the blank gripes that I've heard. They are the best combat. Nobody touches them. The realism, the way that the characters look during the cutscenes and outside of the cutscenes, the way that enemies fall when you shoot them, the way that the explosions look, everything is absolutely pristine, bleeding edge, ahead of its time, really. Nobody else is doing this. So as far as the story goes, whatever. I don't really care. It's not... It's fine. It seems fine. I don't really understand it, to be honest with you. The characters are cool, but they're not that deep. What's going on, I usually don't understand what's going on as far as like the inner workings of the plot. Does not matter. Does not matter. The plot is all just a vehicle for the combat anyway. So, you know, I guess if I'm going to put something in the negative column, yeah, the story's whatever, right? There have been a lot of complaints about the length of the campaign. According to How Long to Beat, it was at, last time I checked, it was at 5 hours. Horseshit. This game took me way longer than that. If you have a problem with the length of this campaign, play it on Veteran. It will take you longer. I guarantee you those people are saying that they took them 5 hours to beat the campaign the very first time are not playing on Veteran. Unless they're just godly good. I mean, I'm decent, and it took me, I haven't even looked yet, but it took me at least 8. Maybe 7. 7 minimum. And yeah, that's not that long for a $60 game, but honestly, you're paying for a lot of the multiplayer stuff, which if there's gripes about the multiplayer stuff, that all may be valid. Honestly, I don't fucking know. I have no idea because I never touched the multiplayer on Call of Duty. The only Call of Duty multiplayer I ever play is on Warzone, which is free anyway. If you have a problem with the multiplayer stuff on Call of Duty, just play the free one. It's the best. It's the best one anyway. So you know, whatever complaints there may be about the multiplayer, I do not give a shit. For me, the 7 hours that I spent on the campaign is absolutely worth every penny of the $60 that I was charged for it. Because they are the best FPS campaigns. In my opinion, they're the best FPS campaigns in the business. And I don't even know who would be close to second. They are incredible. They all kind of blend together, to be honest with you. Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, they're all about the same, I guess. You know, they're all real good. You know, as far as like other downsides, there's no technical issues. You know, I really don't understand the vitriol with these. I guess it's because they have one that comes out every year, and people are like, another $60 for another year, it's such a waste of money. But this is like the most popular game. That's the end of that sentence. Like, ever. Like, these tons of people buy these. So if people really felt that way, they wouldn't spend their money on them. I guess that's why people hate them, is because they have to they feel like they have to shell out anyway. If you really had that much of a problem with it, you just wouldn't buy it, right? And I don't even care about the multiplayer stuff. It's all campaign for me, and it is absolutely worth it. I love these campaigns. Love them. Won't ever touch the multiplayer, probably. Love the campaigns. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I really don't understand the hate. It probably has something to do with it probably is mostly to do with the multiplayer, which totally might be valid. I really have no idea. I will never know. But for me, as someone that, you know, has a little bit of, you know, liquid income that can spend $60 on a 7-hour campaign, look, I have spent that much on worse and shorter. This is not the biggest offender in that category. I don't know why, but when I make my videos about like games I'm really looking forward to and games that I loved and yada yada, I always get shit on the Call of Duty campaigns. Fucking get over it. If you don't, it's what some influencer somewhere is spouting bullshit about that they don't like the campaigns or they don't like the games or whatever, and then like just hundreds of thousands of people that watch them are just repeating that shit. I guarantee you that's all that's happening. There probably are some legitimate gripes with how Call of Duty does their games, but the campaigns are not the problem. They're awesome. I'd rather play this for 6 hours than almost any other first-person shooter that I've played lately for double that or triple it. I'll shut up, I guess. I just don't really get it. I think that most of the people that are griping either aren't buying Call of Duty, so they don't know what they're talking about anyway, or they're they don't play the campaigns because a lot of people don't play the campaigns. I feel like anybody that's playing the campaign, it's like, yeah, man, this is a Call of Duty campaign. It didn't feel like it was crazy short to me. It felt like it was a fine length, you know? 14 missions. Each day took me an average of half an hour apiece. So yeah, about 7 hours took me. And I had a fucking blast. They're so good. I feel like people that really, like, for instance, like Madden, people buy those games every year. Those are incredibly popular games, and they're basically just kind of like doing like roster updates and selling it for another $60. If people didn't like that, if that wasn't a good product, people wouldn't buy it. It's worth the money, or people would not be shelling out for it. So I think haters are just gonna hate. Again, there probably are some legitimate issues with how they do their multiplayer stuff. Not talking about that, have no idea about that, but I have heard a lot of specific complaints about the length of the campaign, that it's just filler. Nonsense, bullshit. Those people either aren't playing the campaign, or they just don't understand what a good FPS is. And maybe people are like, well, I don't want to spend $60 on a 5-hour campaign. First of all, that's not all you're paying for. Most people that play this game play the multiplayer, right? And second, if that's really the problem, then just don't buy it. I think what the problem is people see that it's a 5 or 6 hour game, but they know that it's so good that they feel compelled to buy it anyway. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but either way, they feel compelled to. There are plenty of $60 games that come out all the time that are 5 hours or less that nobody ever talks shit about ever. But because it's Call of Duty and people know that people are going to buy it anyway, that's why they're shitting on it. Well, maybe people are buying it because it's good. I don't know. All right, I'll shut up about it. Anyway, loved it. It's going to rank in the top 100 almost certainly, just like every other Modern Warfare campaign in the last 4 years. The ones before Modern Warfare are a little different. They're quite a bit older now. They don't have the same feel like Infinite Warfare and older. You know, those are good games. Don't get me wrong. But ever since the Modern Warfare reboot and on, every game has just been fucking awesome. So I'm going to rank it as such. And it's not going to lose points because it's maybe slightly shorter than the last one. I don't give a shit. It was awesome. Alright, I'll shut up about it. Anyway, loved it. Let's see, yeah, we can go ahead and skip these credits. And now this would be complete the campaign on Veteran. Let's fucking go. This would be the part of the game where I would say, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, it's been fun. We're going to now delete you from our console and never play again. But Call of Duty has this thing where they rope all of their campaign and stuff in, which is mildly annoying, I'll admit, in with their, they rope all that stuff in with their, with Warzone and everything, so I'm not going to delete that because I play Warzone all the time. So we'll just say, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, it's been fun. Thank you for allowing us to play you. Adieu.